The best thing is the smiles the kids give you. They get hugs, kisses, spoken to, and always smiling. That's the beauty of working with under fours. I don't get the crying bit, I just get the good bits. My name is McCarde. I work in Ronanstown Community Crech, and my job here is cook. This is a community-based crèche. It's a lot of local workers, approximately 90 children. It can vary some days, but approximately 90. And we have a broad spectrum of parents, some working, some in education, some unemployed. I was at an environmental show in Smock Alley. So they mentioned the FoodCloud website. I think FoodCloud were only starting up then. And basically I got more information on FoodCloud, how they operate, how we could apply for it, what way they source it, where they store it, because obviously we have to stick to health guidelines as well. So we got that set up, filled out the forms, and because we're a not-for-profit organisation, we qualified. So got on board with FoodCloud. I went over to visit the facility in Tala, and since then we're still with them. We're nearly 2 years with them now. Everybody benefits, see, because if there's no waste, nothing's thrown out, everything's eaten. So from start to finish, no one can lose. Because at first I think everyone thinks, oh, you're using leftovers and you're skip diving. Well, obviously it's not that. It's nothing like that. But it's working. Supermarkets get rid of all their waste. Warehouses get rid of theirs. It's perfectly good food. It's very well controlled, very well used, and no one loses. And I'm saving money off the budget, off a small budget, but I'm saving money to beat the band with it, because I actually judge my menu from what's available. I've 90 children to feed, so at the end of the day, they can go through quite a lot of food. Last year I saved $5,000 on the budget, and this year we're doing probably a lot better, because in the last, we say 12 months, FoodCloud have got more meat products. At first we got a lot of veg and fruit and mainly dry goods, but now we have meat. So you're talking on average we would use 4 to 5 kilos in meat per day. So that's a lot of money from a very small budget. But basically I do the menu after the phone call, not before it. The target for this year is to save about $7-8 grand, because the difference in what we're saving will actually get me a fruit supplier to supply more fruit to the kids, because we could go through tons of fruit, because we have a no sweets policies, no sugars, no salts, no goodies. Sounds terrible, but it isn't. They eat only healthy food. They don't eat any pre-prepared meals. Hence why I like the meat coming in rather than, we say, a ready meal. Because all our customers are under 4, we have to watch their diets. We're responsible for them, and that's it. But it's a long day for a child from 9 in the morning till 5 in the evening. Hence they have a breakfast. They have their 11s, which is usually fruit. They have a main meal at between 11:30 and 12. The afternoon, 3 o'clock, they have a cooked tea, and then around 4 o'clock they have more fruit, and then by then they're nearly ready to go home. They don't drink any fizzy drinks. Fresh juice, if I get oranges in, I squeeze them, and milk. That's basically, they don't get any goodies at all. But they're doing all right on it.
We never thought that this would be more than a college project, and the fact that we're 4 years full-time working on it, and we have a team of people, and
so many supporters,
so many people who've made this happen along the way. Like, there's so much behind it that, you know, it feels like for us we've just, you know, put a bit of energy into it, but then other people's energy keeps moving it forward. So like, it's exciting that actually, you know, it started off as 2 girls with an app, and now like it's obviously way more than that. So that's been a huge journey. So we've learned loads about ourselves and what we're good at, what we're not so good at, and, you know, all the people that are willing to get behind and push this forward to try and make a difference. My name is Aoibheann.
And I'm Iseult Ward. Basically, if you're working in a supermarket and you have perfectly good food left at the end of the day, but you know you're not going to be able to sell it that evening or the following day, you can notify a local charity to say that the food is available. And if the charity is able to pick up the food, they just confirm the collection and then they can go by their local supermarket and collect the food that's available.
On the hub side, which is where we're at now, if you're a manufacturer or a farmer, sometimes you've got loads of a particular product that's going to go to waste. We have 3 warehouses, one in Dublin, one in Galway and one in Cork, where we take large volumes of food and then the charities can draw down the food in more manageable quantities. Essentially, between both solutions, we want to provide an opportunity for businesses, whether you're a farmer or a store manager, to donate your surplus food to charities that need it. When we were starting out, everyone said, God, that's a great idea, why didn't somebody think of this before? The reason was because there was lots of challenges, like somebody getting food poisoning, the brand of the product, the logistics, and really we see it as our role to remove those barriers and to make it as easy as possible for the food industry to donate food and the charity sector to receive food. Running a social enterprise, the reality is it's like running a business. So you have all the highs and lows and the challenges, worrying about the finances, building your team. You're constantly thinking about, could we be doing that better? Did we let the ball drop on that? What's our sustainability look like? But I suppose one thing that we learned fairly early on is I would have been particularly bad at, riding the highs and the lows. So like when we got the Tesco deal, we're like, that's it, that's brilliant. And they realised that actually all those milestones, there is another mountain and it's probably higher. So we've gotten better at not getting sucked in by the highs and not getting so dragged down by the lows. Like I remember at the very start, you would be really upset when the charities don't pick up the food. Actually, this is never going to work. That's it. And then you have a high and you're like, oh my God, this is brilliant. We can bring this all over the world. And after a while of going through that, you have to kind of level out a bit and not get so consumed by it. So that was a learning, still learning it, but that is something that's been quite a challenge.
Definitely, but I think it's really helped having 2 of us as well in that case, because if somebody goes too high or too low, the other person kind of like, hey, come on. And I think that's definitely been one of the biggest elements that's made it, not too difficult anyway.
Yeah. We are proud. It's a pride though in the huge amount of people who are all working towards the one goal. Work that has taken place over years and years, and it's a pride that we've gotten to this stage, but also a pride in knowing that the team of people in FoodCloud and in our network are going to take this on to the next level as well.
I never would have gotten very far had it only just stuck with being the 2 of us. We'd probably still be driving around at 10 o'clock at night in Dublin trying to pick up bread.